Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're breaking down something, well, honestly, it's incredibly unique. We aren't just looking at your standard run-of-the-mill SEO tips. Instead, we're analyzing a highly detailed meta blueprint for a cinematic documentary, all about mastering SEO in 2026. Our source material today is actually a sophisticated prompt, a strict set of instructions designed to generate a premium 35-minute masterclass on ranking websites. It's an absolute goldmine because it reveals exactly what topics are considered absolutely essential for modern search engine dominance, and just as importantly, how to actually teach them.
Okay, let's dive right into this exact opening instruction from our source. The text literally demands act as a Netflix documentary writer, SEO expert, write a cinematic 35-minute YouTube script. It specifically requires an emotional hook and real-world examples right out of the gate. I mean, think about why that matters for a second. SEO, search engine optimization, it can often feel like dry, highly technical jargon, right? But this blueprint totally recognizes that to truly grasp how it works, you have to present the information like a premium documentary. You need a narrative. You need high stakes. Basically, you've got to understand the human element behind the search bar before you ever even look at a single line of code. Our source gives us a massive checklist, which we've organized into 6 logical phases to make this efficient. 1. The 2026 blueprint. 2. The algorithm. 3. Content strategy. 4. Technical and off-page. 5. Analytics and review. And finally, 6. The final roadmap. Section 1. The 2026 blueprint, setting the stage. So the source doesn't just ask for a basic list of facts. For every single section of this 2026 SEO strategy, it meticulously maps out specific production elements. Voiceover, visual ideas, animations, B-roll, camera angles, background music, on-screen text, transitions, storytelling, and examples. Now you might be wondering, why on earth does an SEO guide care about background music? Well, because engagement is literally everything. If you want someone to understand complex digital architecture, you have to hold their attention. This blueprint perfectly understands that the packaging of the information is just as vital as the information itself.
Section 2. The algorithm, the engine of Google.
Literally everything in SEO starts with a strict 3-step progression. Step 1 is crawling. This is where Google's digital bots are set out to discover your pages. Look, if they can't find you, you basically don't exist. Step 2 is indexing. Once they find you, they have to figure out what your page is actually about and file it away in their massive digital library. And finally, step 3 is ranking. When a user actually types a query into Google, the algorithm sifts through that massive index to serve up the most relevant, highest quality result. This is the mechanical heartbeat of search, and the blueprint demands we absolutely master it before moving any further.
Section 3. Content strategy, creating value.
To actually win in 2026, the strategy demands a deep dive into these 4 interconnected pillars. First up, keyword research, discovering exactly what language your target audience is using. Second, on-page SEO, seamlessly weaving those keywords and concepts into your titles, headers, and text so the algorithm instantly understands your relevance. Third, helpful content. This is a huge emphasis in modern SEO. Your content cannot just be a vehicle for stuffing keywords. It must genuinely solve a user's problem. And finally, culminating this phase is the critical integration of AI SEO. The landscape is rapidly shifting toward artificial intelligence, and our blueprint makes it very clear that preparing your content for AI-driven search experiences is completely non-negotiable for the future.
Section 4. Technical and off-page architecture and authority.
Right here, we see the clear contrast between the 2 main battlegrounds of website ranking. On one side, you have on-page and technical SEO. These are the elements you control directly on your site: your code, your structure, your content. On the flip side, you have off-page SEO and link building. This represents your digital reputation. It's all about how you build authority externally across the web. The catch? You need both. A perfectly coded site with 0 external authority is kind of like a beautiful storefront sitting in the middle of a desert. But an authoritative site with terrible technical SEO is like a super popular store where the front door is permanently jammed shut. Mastering these specific technical and off-page elements guarantees a seamless user experience that the algorithm actively rewards. The blueprint specifically highlights website speed, user experience, and link building as foundational pillars. I mean, think about it. If your site takes 5 seconds to load, the user is going to bounce, and Google is definitely going to notice. But if you couple a blazing fast, highly usable site with a rock-solid link building strategy, getting other reputable websites to link back to yours as a massive vote of confidence, you basically create an unstoppable ranking machine.
Section 5. Analytics and Review. Measuring Success.
So, to truly measure success, the source insists we use the industry standard tools, Google Search Console to monitor exactly how the search engine views your site, and Google Analytics to monitor how human users actually interact with it. But, the blueprint doesn't stop at just reading raw data. It requires analyzing a real ranking case study to see these theories in practice. And critically, it demands a deep dive into mistakes. It is so incredibly easy to over-optimize, buy toxic backlinks, or completely ignore mobile usability. Identifying and learning from these common SEO mistakes is framed here as being just as valuable as knowing the right strategies in the first place.
Section 6. Final Roadmap. Conclusion.
Everything in the document leads up to this one pivotal question. What is the final roadmap to ranking success? The blueprint asks us to synthesize all of these distinct, raw requirements we've just been exploring into one definitive, actionable plan.
Combining all these specific phases creates the ultimate premium guide to dominating search results, a complete, actionable SEO strategy utilizing all 19 pillars to rank your website. You absolutely cannot skip steps here. You can't have brilliant AI SEO but ignore your website's speed. You can't have incredible link building but fail to even register on Google's Search Console. It is a completely holistic 19-pillar ecosystem. And to cap off this explainer, the source blueprint demands we end with this exact, highly engaging quote. Now you know how professional SEO works. If you found this guide helpful, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with anyone who wants to rank their website on Google. It's totally designed to leave you feeling empowered with everything you need to know about professional SEO. It really makes you think about the architecture of the information we consume every single day, doesn't it? I mean, if the blueprint for merely explaining SEO is this complex and meticulously crafted, imagine the level of sheer dedication required to actually execute it and claim that #1 spot. The tools in the roadmap for 2026 are right here in front of you. So the only question left is, will your website be the star of its own success documentary, or will it be left on the cutting room floor?